Hey guys, we got a little bit of a different setup today, so just bear with us. But Coach will be here on the screen with a virtual backdrop here in a second, and I will be out of the shot shortly.
Ready?
Yeah. So it's all going.
What's up, man? Are they waiting on you to say something? So you may just direct it. JJ, you're up.
Thanks, Coach. How's it going? How's practice this morning?
It was great. The Lord was good to us. It was cloudy and breezy, and I hope it's that nice Saturday.
How would you assess your team's readiness at this point?
I don't think we'll really know till Saturday. I know they're eager and they're excited and they've practiced hard. But those first games are always crazy, and we'll know a whole lot more Saturday. But it won't be for lack of preparation or lack of effort. I can promise you that. And they'll give great energy and passion, and they've worked their tails off. I'm very proud of them. Just all they've overcome to get here, it's an unbelievable accomplishment. And whoever's on the bus with us Saturday, we're going to go out there and give it heck as long as we can.
Thanks, Jeff.
How do you decide who goes next, Kyle? Just whoever's next. I don't know who's.
All right, I'll jump in. That works. So Jeff, the linebacker group was considered it's kind of a question mark coming into the year. What have you seen from them through fall camp?
I know they really bought into Coach Nix. They've improved their just off the field stuff and meetings. They're not on the list anymore, and they go to all their classes. They're in the training room. They're just taking care of all the small details. And we really stress before we can ever become a winner, we got to look like a winner. We got to act like a winner. So we've got to take care of a lot of other issues that they've really bought into. And Coach Nix has done a fantastic job with those guys.
Who do you expect to be the standouts or the most impact players at that position?
We really don't know. I mean, right now, Tyler Monkey's doing a good job for us. Trevor Harmonson, Jamal Ligon, Marco Guidry, those guys, Ashton Merritt, those guys have all been in there. Clarence Hicks has been in there. So we're going to play a lot of them Saturday. It's going to be that first game, no matter how much conditioning Coach Filo's done with them, you're never ready for that first game. So we're going to play a lot of kids, and we'll get a better evaluation probably Saturday.
On the other side, could you see this being an offense for you guys that really relies on running the ball? Do you think that could be part of your identity this year?
I don't know. You can just be that one-sided anymore. You'd have to have way superior people just to line up and say we're going to run the football. All great teams can run the football, and we're going to have to be able to run it. But to say that we're going to just be able to exclusively run the football, we're going to have to be able to throw the football down the field to be successful too.
Obviously, you have Sincere McCormick coming back after a really strong freshman season. What's been your impression of his play, and how do you set your expectations for him?
He's just such a good kid. He's such a good human being. He's extremely humble, has a great smile. He's always here. He's a typical Converse Judson kid. He comes from a great program. He's been taught the right stuff, and he's about the team. And the other stuff, God gave him. But he's chosen to be a good human. And I'm thrilled he's on my squad.
I think we're getting set to talk to Spencer Burford today as well. What's really jumped out about his player? What's the impression that you have of him?
Spencer knows he's very talented. I'm really proud of how he's bought into the details. He's trying to become a much more buttoned up player. He's leading more. He's just maturing. He's developing like you would expect a young offensive lineman with a lot of talent that's bought into the program. And he's worked his tail off every day, and I'm expecting huge things from Spencer.
What was the process of finding him a home at tackle rather than keeping him at guard where he'd been the last couple of years?
He's long. He's athletic. He's got great feet. I mean, his feet are as good. We've got some – he's one of the most talented offensive linemen as far as his God-given natural ability. But we talk about it all the time on our team. You know, the definition of potential is everything that you're not. So I've really challenged our upper-end players to make sure they're getting all they can out of themselves, because they don't ever want to be known as somebody that had great potential. Potential is everything that you're not. So Spencer's really bought into that, and he's working his tail off every day, and we feel like he'll be a great offensive tackle.
I'll let JJ jump back in.
Hey, Jeff, without letting the cat out of the bag, what are you expecting out of your quarterback play this week?
Affirm, control the offense, be calm, direct us, get us lined up, make some plays, but don't try to overdo it. We've got a great punter. We've got a great kicker. We hope we're going to play great defense. So let's take care of the football, direct the offense, and get us in the end zone as much as possible, but let's make sure we take care of the football.
Texas State seems surprisingly stout up front, their front seven. Does that give you some concern this week?
Yeah, they're down. People did a really good job of being disruptive. The linebackers are very physical. Safeties are physical, corners. Coach Spavital has done a really good job with those kids. They're way improved. They really wanted to play hard Saturday, and they did. And we were very impressed with their kids.
I wanted to follow up something from yesterday about the testing. I wasn't quite clear on a few things. What's the timing turnaround with your testing?
It's just one day. We know the next day. That's not the issue. The issue that's got everybody a little confused right now is when they made the rule about the antibodies. So anybody that has any antibodies in your system, you have to now also go get EKG. You got to get with a cardiologist. You got to get heart issues cleaned up as well before you can be cleared to play. So, we had 13 kids that were unable to practice today, but we're hoping 9 of them will be able to play Saturday. So you can imagine what that's like as far as organizing a practice.
So does contact tracing come into play with the antibody test as well?
Your contact tracing guys are out. You know that. So anybody that's tested for COVID, they're out. Anybody that's contact tracing, they're out. That's not what we are currently waiting on. We're waiting on kids to get cleared from the EKGs and those type of things.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome.
So, Jeff, I don't want to jump the line, but not to change the topic. Had you been doing antibody testing through the fall, or was this the first time that you guys went to that step?
No, the Conference USA came out with that rule probably 2 weeks ago, I think, Greg. And so then we tested, and then we started that procedure of the next test to get those kids cleared.
So when you say now we're doing 3 tests per week, is that just viral testing or is that antibody testing as well?
No, that is I don't know the exact terminology of all that stuff, but it's just what we have been doing, we're now doing 3 times. So we tested this morning, we're going to test Thursday morning, we're going to test again Friday.
Gotcha, thank you.
Basically just them sticking a Q-tip up your nose, both of your nostrils, and they count to 10 in your ear while they're doing it. So you can imagine how fun that is for all of us. Which is why you hear me say, I'm really proud of our kids. What they've done to play football, everybody should really, this is not supposed to be this is not the college experience they were counting on. And I'm really proud of them. They're matured beyond their years, and they're going to be a fun team to root for. And like I've said to y'all a million times before, I don't know anything about wins and losses, but I know they're about the right stuff, and I'm glad I'm coaching them.
Hey, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm wondering, in your evaluation of Brady McBride at Texas State, in his debut, what kind of challenges he poses in his style of quarterbacking?
Well, you can tell he's a coach's kid. I mean, Joe's done a good job with him. He's scrappy. The kids believe in him. He can make plays with his feet and his arm. And he reminds me of, He's Johnny Manziel-like when he runs around back there and just makes plays out of nothing. So he's going to give our defense, fits, and we're going to have to chase him and get him down and not get too discouraged when he makes plays. He's going to make a few plays. We just got to keep playing.
You mentioned, just how hard these young men have worked and all the things they've had to go through to get to this point. Come Saturday when they take the field, excuse my dog, just the emotion of getting out there and getting to play for the first time.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them. And I remember in June when we were just trying to get by, I said to my coaches and my players, I said, men, the week we play LSU, which we were off by a week, when I'm on that bus down there on that ride, no matter what, I'm not going to complain. And I'm not going to complain this week. I know we've got a lot of stuff going on with testing and all that, but whatever kids we suit up and go play with Saturday, I'm going to coach them as hard as I possibly can, give them the very best plan we can, and we'll see where the chips fly and get on the bus and come back home.
Excellent. Thank you.
Anybody else? What's your dog's name?
This is Busy.
Busy's a good-looking dog.
Thank you very much. She's blushing.
She keep you busy?
Keeps us busy. Hey, real quick, Josh McCown's deal. How cool is that?
He's the best, man. He's the best. 41 years old, gets to live in Rusk. It's the side story on that people don't know. The reason he didn't go to Jacksonville is just because his brother's kids are there. Luke's there and Randy's there, and he didn't want all the McCallans, competing against each other. So they went down the road to Rusk, and I'm thrilled for him. I spoke to Owen the other night, his son, 2022 quarterback, and his dad was in Philadelphia getting quarantined. And pretty good deal. Get to live in Rusk with your kid and watch him and still get to be a National Football League quarterback. I couldn't be more happy for him, proud of him. It's hard to believe he's 41 because that means I must be older than 41 now. So that's very humbling in itself.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Y'all are welcome. Y'all have a great day. See you guys.
Thanks, Jeff. You too.
Hey guys, I'll have Spencer Burford for you here shortly, so just hang tight. Sorry we had some technical difficulties earlier. We were trying to sort them out, but figured we didn't want to make you guys wait around too long.
We trust you guys. Don't worry.
I can't believe you cut in front of Chase's question like that. Just jumped in line. No moderator, nothing.
The fewer laps we have to take on antibodies, the better. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, I'd even hit unmute and everything. I hit unmute and then and hit mute again.
Sorry.
No, I'm glad you did, man, because I was about to change the subject.
Like I said, the quicker we can get through that stuff, the better it is for everybody.
can see the film speaks for itself. They make great plays. They make cuts up. They make goals good when they come with well. And they're very
I'll call him. Sure. Okay, guys, we got Spencer Burford for you.
Hey,
I'm not gonna be
Spencer,
able to
what's going on?
I can't hear you.
Hey, Spencer, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
How's practice today?
Practice is good. Guys are flying around, paying attention to detail as far as stuff like that. And, the coaches are doing a great job of explaining the plays and stuff like that, making sure the tempo is up so we'll be ready for game day.
You think you guys are ready to play a game this week?
Is it still on your phone? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hey, JJ, can you ask that question one more time? Sorry.
Can you hear me now, Spencer?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Are you guys? You think you guys are ready to play a game this week?
Yeah, I really believe my guys. We're taking the steps that we need to, and we're pushing the tempo. We're constantly conditioning. We're getting live reps. Full speed to contact, working on the fundamentals and stuff like that in order for us to be ready for the game. But I really do believe we're ready to play.
All right, Spencer, I'm gonna let some other guys ask some questions. Thanks.
Thank you.
Spencer, what are the emotions like of a game week finally being here with all that went on this offseason?
The emotion is through the roof. We're just grateful to have the opportunity to play because, a lot of teams got that chance taken away from them. And so we're just going to make the best of our opportunity. We got some great coaches on the staff that are giving us what we need to, giving us the right material that we need to learn and stuff like that. And they're on us on top of our stuff, making sure we're doing everything that we need to do in order to be ready for the game. So I believe we're in great spirits right now.
Did you ever doubt whether you'd get to this point or if you guys would have a season?
Doubt. I mean, yeah, a little bit as far as with the whole COVID and stuff like that, because I've seen a lot of conferences were getting shut down and stuff like that. But as far as like our program, we did everything that we needed to do in order to be able to play, and I'm glad that we didn't get shut down, and I'm glad that we're having this opportunity to play.
What's the biggest difference from this game week to like a game week last year because of all that stuff you talked about with the COVID and the precautions you guys have to take?
This game week, I mean, game day is game day at the end of the day, regardless of whether it's COVID or no COVID. You're still going out there to play the game that you love to play, and you're going to take it seriously, whether it be with the COVID or without. Yeah, there's more precautions you have to take, but at the end of the day, you're still playing the game of football. And so we're just going to go out there and give it our all.
Is it a challenge to go through all these different rounds of testing and to make the scheduling work with all that?
Yes, as far as like the scheduling, our staff has been great, making sure everybody's scheduled with their testing and stuff like that, taking the right safety precautions. But it can, it can get difficult. But at the end of the day, if you love the game, you're gonna do whatever what's necessary in order to play. And so we're just gonna keep doing it and hopefully stay course in the season.
It sounds like even your just like day-to-day practices might get adjusted based on maybe some guys not being available. I know Coach said last week you like switched to a walkthrough on Thursday. Is it tough to continue to prepare towards the season when things like that are happening, or how does that impact you guys?
Coach always coaches a next man mentality. So whether their player is out or not, we wish them, good health. We hope that their situation improves or whatever health conditions or whatever testing that may be going on, stuff like that. So if those guys are out, the next man up mentality basically means whoever's behind them is gonna have to step up and make a play. They're gonna have to step up, do the job just as the first person or whoever the position was in front of him did. And so you just have a job to uphill.
Good morning, Spencer. Hey, after all the different things you've had to go through this offseason, all the testing, all the just bizarreness of it, when you guys finally get to take the field this Saturday, what do you think the emotions are going to be like? We're here, we're playing a football game.
We're going to love it. I mean, guys are going to be flying around. Everybody's going to be juiced up, yelling, screaming, and pads going to be cracking. Like people just going to survive the fittest. Whoever can last the longest, that's who's going to win. Whoever can survive that one play more than the other team. And I believe that my guys, we're ready to play.
You've played Texas State before. What kind of makes this, San Marcos is so close and proximate to San Antonio. What kind of makes this I-35 rivalry? It's young but special.
It's special because those guys are right down the road, you know what I'm saying, in this programs that are upcoming. And so the programs both have something, I wouldn't say something to prove, but it's a little chip on the shoulder, you know. And so those guys can't play. As you saw the game against, I think SMU kind of took them for granted. Later on the game, stopped picking up. But Texas State came to play last week, and those guys were flying around. And I believe that when we get on the field, we're going to be flying around just as fast, if not faster. So that's how, and that's why I think the rivalry is so big, because they're close, plus the chip on the shoulder. So we know how that feels, and so we're just going to come to play.
And your scout of Texas State, from what you saw last week, what kind of challenges do they pose for your unit?
My unit, we're focusing on movement. They did a lot of twits and stuff, and you would think first game, they're going to hold off on the twists, the stunts, the blitzes. They came out punching with them. So right now we're working on blocking movement, doing anything we can, making sure we have the right calls to pick up and identify backers and stuff such as that. And so our coach has done a great job of being detailed, and so we're just going to have to go out there and execute.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Spencer, do you feel like your offense as a team has a firm grasp of the scheme and the playbook and everything you need to know entering this week?
Yes, everybody's bought in, and so everybody's buying into the system daily. And I believe as far as the more we go on, the easier the playbook is getting. At this point, I believe a lot of guys that took the time in order to actually break down the basic and the fundamentals of the plays in order for us to be successful. But I believe we got the playbook down, but I believe as far as we go on, it's just going to become more and more smooth and just going to become more fluent, and it's going to run more easy.
Coach made it sound like you're going to kind of keep it more simple at first and maybe not run as much stuff. How many different formations and things are you in, or is it kind of compact where you can grasp it more easily in week one?
As far as formations, I mean, it's still the scheme of the play. So regardless of the formation, the scheme and the play that is ran, we're just gonna have to execute the blocks and stuff like that. Execute routes, execute the throws, look down checks, and stuff like that. Gapping units and stuff. As far as that, that's how we're gonna be successful.
How about for you individually, going through camp and practice now at tackle? How have you felt about your play and what you're bringing to the table?
I'm gonna just try to get the guys all I got. Moving from guard to tackle it's pretty fun, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. Thank God for the opportunity to be versatile and allow me to go from guard to tackle. And like I said, I'm gonna do whatever I can in order to help the team. And so wherever they have me play, I'm gonna try to exceed and do whatever the best I can.
Coach Traylor talks a lot about your potential at the position and your ability to develop. What does it mean to you to hear that he thinks that you have a lot of potential? How do you view that?
Potential is just I would say potential is just like he says, it's a nice way of saying what you're not, and I believe that with all my heart. And so when he says I have potential, I have the potential to be something great, or I have the potential to do this. But basically, he's saying you still have some stuff you need to work on. That's how I see it in my head. So that's how I'm going to take it. I'm going to do extra reps after practice if I had to, as far as fundamentals, make sure I'm getting the basics down, making sure I'm doing everything right in order to be what that potential is or what that potential wants me to be. I'm going to try to reach and start for that goal and keep pressing and just doing all the extra things and intangibles I need to in order to become that player that they need me to be.
How do you set your goals or expectations for yourself then with all that stuff in mind?
I try to set my expectations high. With a high expectation, it comes a lot of responsibility. And so I'm trying to be as focused as I need to as possible, make sure I have everything down pat, make sure my guys are good, make sure everybody's straight. And that's my expectation, to be the best that we could possibly be.
Last thing I want to ask you about is Sincere McCormick. He's coming back after obviously a big season last year. Just what have you seen from him so far, or what do you expect from him this year?
He's a dude, man. Sincere is a great guy. He's learning the offense. He's buying into the system, and he's making cuts. Just playing football, just doing what Sincere does. He's a playmaker, and I'm just glad to see him flying around the ball and him happy doing what he does. It makes me happy to see him happy. And so if he's balling out, I know that we're going to be successful and the team's success. So and he's a good dude.
Thanks, Spencer. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Anything else for Spencer? All right, thanks. Guys, I'll give it a few more minutes to see if the other two guys can make it. Just stand by.